Press the start button. Okay. Today's topic is inheritance, and the CO3 for the inheritance is illustrate with various ways the concept of inheritance as you are seeing on the screen. So before starting the inheritance, first we want to know that what is inheritance. So inheritance, as I told you already, in Arabic maybe the word is virasa, but and we have the concept of inheritance in our real life. And in our real life, we are always getting something from our parents, or if I will talk with some kind of physical properties that or the attributes that we got from our parents, then we know that we have the same eyes, nose, are similar, are same or similar. We have the similar eyes, nose, ears, and our body movements, etc., etc. These attributes we are getting from our parents in the form of inheritance. So when we are talking about object-oriented programming, this real life concept of inheritance is also exist in OOP. And what is inheritance? You know that we have the environment of classes in object-oriented programming. And then when we have the environment of classes, then we know that we can create objects of them. So when one object of a class try to get access of information which is available in some other class, so that mechanism is called inheritance. So if you just have a look on this first statement or first point, then we can redefine inheritance as inheritance is something in which one object, I can replace this object word with another word class. So inheritance is something in which one class try to access, acquires mean getting something. So in which one class try to get something or get information of other class. So I have just changed these words for your easiness so that you can understand that what inheritance is. So when one class is trying to access the information of another class, that is called inheritance. And we can get this information of other class through objects. And when this will be the scene, then there would be some parent class and there would be some child class. So this whole concept is called inheritance. So when an object acquires means try to access the information, and you can distribute the word information into properties and behavior. Here properties means the attributes, the fields of the class, and the behavior means the methods which are available in the class of a parent class, of other class. So you can just give the definition of inheritance in terms of objects, or you can replace this word object with another word class, and then you have that definition. So now from this definition, now we know that by using the concept of inheritance, we can use the methods and the fields which are normally available in some other class. We can use them. So what is the use of inheritance then? Reusing methods and fields of the parent class. So reusing methods and fields of the parent class is one thing, but there is another feature that if we are in a child class, Then from that child class, we can reuse the methods and fields of the parent class. This is one thing, but we can also introduce methods and fields in the child class. So this is, we know that as a child of our parent, or I can say, for example, for my case and for all of us, as a child of our parent, we are using the properties of our parents. Properties means attributes, physical or whatever. And then we can have our own features also. So that is we want to say here in the second point. And if we are trying to explain something about inheritance, we can represent the inheritance with the is a relationship. So this is the theoretically reserved word which we have seen in CO1, in chapter 1, you can say. So you can place one the name of one entity here on the left hand side and one on the right hand side, like programmer is an employee. So so inheritance normally represent this kind of relationship. You can use the word is a relationship. Now moving on, the question is why we use inheritance in Java. So before going on further, I again want to ask that, are you listening me? Just give me a reply in the chat so that I can understand that I'm going well. Okay, Jazakallah. So now, why we use inheritance in Java? We already saw something that we use inheritance for reusing the information which is available in the parent class. That point is correct. That is there. So the point is written here, method reusability, you can say. So this reusability is one use of inheritance, but the other point is method overriding. The next chapter would be the polymorphism, and in the polymorphism you have the two categories, compile time polymorphism and the runtime polymorphism. And with there, and in that chapter we will see what is runtime polymorphism. The other name for runtime polymorphism is method overriding. I can just give you an idea about method overriding, that the methods which are available in the parent class, we can reuse those methods in the child class with the same name. And we can also introduce some other information in those methods, and we can write those methods again in the child class, and those methods will have can use the information which is available in the methods of the parent class and also has its own information. So that is the mechanism of method overriding. If I will say it again shortly, then the methods available in the parent class, if you are writing them again in the child class, if you are using them, so that is called method overriding. But we will see this thing in detail in our chapter of polymorphism. So yes, what is the question? Somebody raised the hands. Yes, please. If anybody want to do a question here, please go on, turn on your mic and just ask me what you want to ask. Okay, then I can continue to the next. So now there are some terms that we have to understand before going on further. So class, you already know the term class. So you know the definition. The class you are already writing and designing and you are running your programs already. So it is simply a group of objects. So you can say that if we have a class, we can create object for that class, and those objects will have the common properties, will have the access to the common fields of the class, and also will have the access to the common methods of the class. So that's why it is written. So now I'm going to the next term, because class is something you already know. So subclass. So now we are in this topic of inheritance. So we have this term subclass or the child class. These are the two names having the same meaning. So when, for example, when we have the parent class, and if we have another class, if the child class, so for example, here I am saying that this is the parent class and this is the child class. And now if this class is trying to access the information of this parent class, then this is the child class or the subclass, which is trying to access the information of this parent class. And this one, which is on the upper side on the slide, if you are seeing, then I'm just drawing something. So then this is the parent class, the information of which this child class is trying to access. The other name for the child class is derived class, extended class, or the child class. You know that. So we can say a subclass with other names like child class, derived class, or extended class. Extended meaning additional, and derived meaning you have introduced something from some existing thing. So that is, you can say it is extracted from that one. So that's why the word is derived. And then for the parent class, okay, now definition, you have the understanding from this diagram I have explained. But we have the name for the parent class. We can call them superclass, we can call them base class, we can call them parent class, all the same name. So the parent class, base class, superclass, this is the meaning for, all have the same meaning. And then we will use this term reusability. So reusing, using something again. So when you are trying to access the information which is available in the parent class, this is what you are doing. You are trying to reuse the information of the parent class. Here in this drawing, which I am just drawing, so this is the child class, this is the parent class, and I am trying to access the information of this parent class. What I am trying to do here in the child class, I am trying to reuse the information which is available in the parent class. So this is called reusability. So you can see these things, and we will try to reuse the methods and the fields which are available in the parent class. We will try to use them here in the child class. So this is something about reusability. And now how can we write something for inheritance in Java? So this is the syntax. We will use this keyword extend. We will use this keyword extends for inheritance. Between the two classes, we will use this keyword. If we have some class already existing or already written, and now if you want to create another class and you want to make this second class the child class of the parent of the existing class, then you can use this word extend. For example, here, for example, just suppose that I have some class here, and the name of this class is something. This is something I want. Now this is, you are writing now, So you have the word class, then you have the name for that class. This is the subclass, okay? This is the child class, name of your child class, because this is class that you are just starting. Then you can use the word extends, and after that you have to write the name of the parent class. For example, if this is your class and if it has some meaning, then you can write the name of that class here, and then the starting bracket and the ending bracket normally that you are doing already. So what is the difference? This word extends you can use uh, between the child class and the parent class, and these are the names of those classes, nothing else. So this is the syntax. Now we are going to see how we can write. And by the way, I am using the free version of this Zoom application, and it will normally end after each 40 minutes. So if the meeting will automatically ended after 40 minutes, don't worry. I will initiate the meeting again and you have to come again and join the session again. Okay? Did you get my point? Okay, good. So now we are going to start with the very first basic example of inheritance. Uh, Here in this example, we have two classes. The one is employee, and that will have some field with name salary, and the data type of that field is float. And then we have another class programmer that will have the field bonus, and which will have the data type integer. And in this program that we have here, we have this employee as a parent class, and then we have the programmer as a child class. So now have a look over it. So we are writing class, and then the name of the class is employee. This is the starting bracket, and this is the end. And we have only one field, salary. The data type is float, and the value is 40,000. So this is the simple small class. We want to make this class the parent class of another class, and that another class is programmer. So how you can do that? You can write the second class, class programmer. Then we can use this word extend as we said in the previous slide. Okay. So then we can use this extends keyword, and then the name of that parent class employee after that, and the starting bracket and the ending bracket of the class. This is the field bonus as we explained here. The data type of the bonus is integer, and it is taking 10,000. The value is just 10,000. Then now the syntax of inheritance is now completed here, simple in syntax. And then we are introducing our main method, and so I already have explained this main method string or like that, this whole string you already know. So after the main method, this is the starting and ending of the main method. And here we are creating an object for this child class. And the name of the child class is programmer. So programmer P is the name of the object, equal to, and then new programmer. And this is, that, what is this? This is the call to the default constructor of this programmer class. So this whole is a statement for creating an object P for the programmer class. And through this P, we can access the information of this programmer class. And this programmer is behaving as a child of this parent class employee. So which also means we can access all the information which is available in this employee class through this P object. This is important. So I am just repeating it again. Through this object P, which is an object of this programmer class, so it means that I can access all the information which is available in this programmer class through this object P. And this programmer class is inheriting the parent class. Is this programmer class is the child class of this employee class. So it also means that this object P can access the information available in the employee class. So now we are just printing simple messages. Programmer salary is plus P dot salary. So this salary is, so P dot salary. So I will go, P is an object of the programmer's class. So I will go there first in the programmer class. Salary is available there? No. So then it is extending with the parent class employee. So I will go into the employee. Salary is available? Yes. And then that salary will be displayed. Programmer salary is 40,000, as you can see in the output. And similarly, in the second statement, bonus of programmer is, and then plus P dot bonus. So P basically an object of this programmer class. So I will go into the programmer class, and bonus is available there. Yes, it is available. So then the value of that bonus will be displayed, as you can see here in the output. Okay, and now you can read these things. Now I am going just next. So here we talk about on some previous slide that we can represent this inheritance with is a relationship. So now you can, if between these two classes, you can use this word is a, programmer is an employee. This is just an example. Okay. Types of inheritance in Java. Now the topic is types of inheritance in Java. Basically, in totality, we have 5 different types. But from those 5 different types, 3 types are something which are mentioned here, which are just displayed here in this diagram. 3 types are something which are available, or you can say which are supported by Java fully. And two of them, which are just displayed here in the next figure, these 2 of them, which are the multiple and hybrid, these are advised not to use them, because this is something, it is just advice. But you can do this type of inheritance if you want, but normally it is not a practice. Normally it is not a practice. You will see what's the difference. So we have basically, first we have 3 types of inheritance in Java: the single, the multi-level, and the hierarchical, as you are seeing it in this diagram. What is single inheritance? When a single class is becoming the child class of another single class, this is called single inheritance. So now I will give you another phrase. When a single class B is deriving from a single class A, this is called single inheritance. So now you can read this point. When a single derived class is inherited from a single base class, you can understand base class. Base class means the parent class. So that is known single inheritance. And what is multi-level? You can just start the definition from the bottom and you can just go up. You just have to explain the things. So when a class is deriving from, when a class C is deriving from class B, and that class B is driving from class A. So that is called multi-level inheritance. So you can imagine that you have one class and then you have another class which is behaving as a child class of this one, and then we have another class which is also behaving as a child of this class. And then if you have this structure in your program, then that structure or that type of inheritance is the multi-level inheritance. Now the hierarchical. So this is something just written here. You can just read it quickly so that I will go forward. Just read it. Here we are using the word new class, okay? When a new class inherits from the existing class. So you can say class C is inherited from existing class B. And then this newly created subclass becomes the parent for another new class. Then this is known as multi-level. So now soon this session is going to end and I will start it. I will start this session again and you can join it again. Yes, grandfather class, you can